throat made a noise as soon as I hit record.
I like that. Welcome, dude.
Welcome. Oh. Cheers.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Some bullshit?
Oh. I finally watched the new Borat, and
Oh, yeah.
we were talking about him going to that super cool, I don't even know what kind of rally it was.
Yeah, it was like
a super right,
I would just call them those
far
are like
right rally.
pure patriots.
Right.
Yeah.
Proud boy.
Patriots of America.
Well, yeah. We were talking about what were we saying? Like, he riles them up. Tim Dillon. Share Tim Dillon's opinion of Sacha Baron Cohen.
First of all, yeah, I saw the film like literally as it came out. I guess it was like this time last year because it was before the election last year. I can't believe we're like, it's going on a year since that fateful day.
I know, and they still haven't reversed it.
When's Trump coming back, dude? Apparently, he's supposed to get reinstated this month. So just keep your fingers crossed, dude.
That's the recent Q drop.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Just say your prayers, and we'll get our dear leader back. But no. So I thought the movie was excellent. But I like all his stuff.
Oh,
I like Ali G. I liked him and Ricky
Bruno.
Bobby. Yeah, I like Bruno. We died.
Oh shit,
during
that was
movie.
good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
This penis.
We saw that in theaters.
I know.
We saw that ding-a-ling on the big screen.
Yeah, it was. That was magical. He's done some racy stuff for sure.
Yeah.
I never saw The Dictator. I heard it was good.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah,
It just didn't. It didn't grab me.
It's not like his other films. It's more like Ali G.
Okay.
Where he's.
It's an actual movie.
Yeah.
Not a fake documentary.
Although he did do a lot of interviews as Ali G.
Fuck. Yeah, I know. He interviewed Trump back in the Disney.
Yeah, he did. It was wonderful. He asked him about how to start an ice cream company or something.
Yeah, he had an idea for a glove for when you're eating ice cream.
Yeah. So it doesn't melt or something like that.
So it doesn't drip down your arm. It's like a glove with like a Gilligan hat brim around the wrist.
It's the best idea I've ever heard. Yeah,
it's not bad.
But anyway, this movie Borat 2, it was the him screwing with real life people.
Yeah.
And Tim Dillon's knock on Sacha Baron Cohen is that he does these films and he exploits the worst part of people. But he criticizes people who have, conservative leanings or people that said, something inappropriate 10 years ago. I don't know. That's a vague example. That may not be exactly true, but he's kind of in the woke sphere, but yet he produces stuff like that. That's Tim's point.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good point.
Yeah.
If we don't.
I would want to know the specifics.
I don't know shit about him.
Right, I don't either.
In his personal life.
I don't either. I don't know if he condemned comics, like a comic that was more conservative or.
Yeah, maybe he'd be a little more lenient with his accusations of racism and shit with a comedian.
Right. Yeah. With the shit.
Maybe he just talks shit about the real deal.
With the shit that he pulls, but I don't know, man. I thought the film was. Are we just doing a review now?
Basically,
but no. I thought it was interesting how he just ginned up that fucking that crowd of patriots.
God, yeah.
And
he had one did the fucking Nazi salute. Now they got me.
Yeah.
Now they got me doing it.
You're done, dude. So you're canceled. But
we're uncancelable.
I know we are.
So we haven't even pressed play.
No one listens. But no, it. I don't know, man. What else did you draw from it?
Well, my thought, like while watching it, was just like he's just being funny. It's all satire, but he could. Those people are like, easily riled up, easily manipulated. If you want to pretend you're on their team, they're just waiting for a Hitler to step up front and start preaching.
It's funny you say that. I've been practicing my German. No, I think it goes into Tim's point. Like Tim's saying, I don't think he was drawing this analogy, but it took someone like Adolf Hitler to bring out the worst in a lot of people who were probably fairly normal.
Yeah.
And he fucking built them up, and then the Holocaust happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, his point is like, I guess he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that humor. I don't feel like do we feel better than those people? I feel like
I do.
I'm not.
I'm a better person than they all are.
It's not that. I feel like, that crowd went there for a very specific reason, to hear very specific messaging, and they weren't going to be reasoned out of it. And if you say things in support of what they already think, then they fucking love you. And that's why they love their former leader.
Yeah.
And that's why he's coming back. And that's why we need him. Yeah.
Damn Skippy.
There's just I don't think, we like talking about Trump too. I don't think Trump did that intentionally, but little did we know there was an untapped segment of America that just was longing for an authoritarian dictator. That they just wanted someone to tell them that everything was a lie and you should believe me and do what I tell you to do and everything, and trust only me. He loved to say things like, and only I can fix it. Like, it's only me. No one else.
Man. Yeah, I mean, he had so much potential.
Oh my God.
No, not Trump, but man, better person, with his resources.
Could have been
that would have been the shit.
The end of the world.
Like
oh no, I thought you were saying like someone that had more of a brain.
Yeah. Yeah, but
the same intent.
Money and not needing the financing from the super PACs and shit.
Sure.
There is something to that.
Yeah.
You can be bought.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's been proven over and over again.
I don't think he's as clean as like.
Yeah, he's dog shit. But like if Sam Harris was a fucking billionaire and he was like, I think I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
I said, no.
He couldn't be bought.
I see what you're saying.
And we'd actually see what can be done.
Well, no, I thought we've talked about 6 different things there.
I know, fuck.
No, you're good. I thought the point you were making was if someone that was more intelligent than Trump came along, they really could have caused the Holocaust. I thought that's.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if
we saw
it could easily be done.
We saw what happened.
It wouldn't take much more
with a fiery little speech on January 6th.
Yeah.
They almost brought the fucking Capitol down, man.
Yeah. I watched the documentary on it, man.
Already, really?
It was good. Wow. Yeah, that's what I was getting at earlier. I was saying I watched like a made by some random person documentary, and I never got to what I was saying.
It was good?
But it was on the fucking White House riot. It was great. They covered everything.
Wow.
All the entrances that were broken into.
Yeah.
That shit was insane.
And now it was all Antifa that planned it.
Absolutely.
Dude, it's something scary. It's like
there were some organized motherfuckers doing it, but they're like the pretend army man kind of organized, like militias.
Right.
It was, I don't know, kind of.
Those gross me out.
Sad, dude.
They kind of gross me out.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, it's just I don't want to be. I'm in a real militia.
Yeah.
Like, the National Guard kind of is a state militia, but just with more resources.
Yeah. Dude, one thing about that, we're going to get back to Sacha Baron Cohen.
He's all right.
Another thing when I was watching that was like when they did call for help, which was very early on. Like the police that were trying to guard the outside of the White House.
Right.
They called for help. And it took 3 fucking hours to get the National Guard to come help. And they were right down the road. They had to get approval from the Pentagon, but I don't know why that wouldn't be easily done. It's like, hey, the White House is under attack. Well, we need people now.
Well, this was the Capitol, but still.
Or whatever.
Yeah, still. No, you're good. But it's, well, no, I hate to go into this, but I told you, like, what the reported reaction was of Trump to, like, what was going on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that was gone over, too. Like, it was sad.
Watching TV, like, these are my people, man. Like, they're fighting the good fight.
Yeah,
dude. Fighting for the cause, man.
That shit was terrible, dude. They drug one cop by his fucking helmet.
Yeah.
Like, face down, dragging him by his head.
I think they also beat up a few with an American flag pole. That was nice.
There were a lot of flag poles out there. Like, look, some people had to spear the shit out of some guys.
Yeah.
It looked like it. It was one person carrying a fucking pitchfork.
Oh, with a flag on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's patriotism, man.
God, that's terrifying, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I would have quit my job immediately if I was a cop out there.
It seems like those people had a lot of equipment just to have showed up for a rally.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
when you show up with your
pitchfork,
yeah, and your post-apocalyptic Jackie Robinson baseball bat with nails on it.
Yeah,
there's a little pre-planning.
Oh yeah,
going on there, but
for sure.
If that didn't like make those who were obsessed with Trump a little bit disillusioned, and a lot of them it didn't, quite frankly. They've doubled down. They just said, it's Antifa. That's their...
Dude, yeah, and I heard this shit too, and I don't know, dude. I mean, I know it wasn't Antifa.
Right.
I just... I don't think everyone there knew what was about to happen, but they were easily fucking brought on board.
Right.
With the ones who were decked out in their Call of Duty clothes, they obviously knew what they were there to do. And they just, they yelled "Yeehaw" real loud, and everybody else was down.
The one with the buffalo horns, yeah.
The buffalo horn?
Or whatever. Do buffaloes have horns?
Yeah.
The Viking.
No, they were decked out like they bought a whole military outfit on the internet.
Yeah.
A bunch of them. And I'm sure there were ex-military there. That was mentioned in the little documentary. That fucker was good. Like, whatever that YouTuber person is, they did a good job. They did a lot of fucking work.
It wasn't dude on the couch?
This was it was just reporting on like what happened. It was beautiful.
How did you come across it?
Man, it just played. Like one video ended and this one started.
And you just watched the whole fucking thing.
I was like, fuck it, yeah. I spent like, I don't even know how long it was. It was,
and it
was a lengthy motherfucker.
It didn't feel like propaganda, like it.
Oh no, it was like they used footage from the riot. Like people out there were recording, so they put all this shit together, like where they were located and everything. They used all that, and like so many people were recording that they were able to build this thing up and like document the shit out of every bit of it.
Yeah.
Like from every angle.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. They did good work. And that needed to be done, dude. Because more people need to see that.
I think so, man. We need to spread some awareness. I was listening to Bill Maher today, and Bill Maher said that date in his mind goes right along with Pearl Harbor and 9/11, like other significant dates. Like the date that our own citizens tried to overthrow the government within, the past 6 months. I mean, well, I guess 7 now. But it is kind of like a lot of people brush it off as like, oh, well, those were just people. They just, they were just passionate.
Dude, I brushed it off.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think much of it.
I'm so glad you found that, man.
My God.
Yeah. I do think it's a significant date. I'm going to get it tattooed probably. No, but yeah, it's something, a lot of people just, it's whatever. Maybe they shouldn't have done it. There's a lot of that. Like, maybe it wasn't right, but but I did want the other guy.
There you go.
And Biden's not my president. God damn it. Yeah. And he'll never be. But Bill Maher, he was just saying that, a large percentage, I think, I'm probably misquoting, I think he said 55% of Republicans in this poll think that Antifa had some involvement in the Capitol riots.
Well, there were so many people. There should have been some thinking for yourself involved.
Yeah, it is like it's mob mentality.
Yeah,
I mean, I get that, but
yeah,
and I get the fucking what is it, agent provocateur shit. I mean, I get it, but it's real easy to see this. It wasn't just Trump, quite frankly. He was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. I want to talk about straws too.
It's the New York Times.
What is the documentary?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you saw something.
I thought it was a nobody that threw it together.
You saw something, legitimate then.
Yeah, and it was 40 minutes long.
Oh, wow.
Day of Rage, how Trump supporters took the U.S. Capitol.
I may have to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It is, you got to, I do understand that with any documentary, it is the version of the story that the director's trying to sell you on.
Yeah.
But they're powerful, man. They're just, especially if you know that they keep it pretty close to what is factually correct. Like if you're able to corroborate or verify the information, and you're like, holy shit, this is powerful stuff. Like Seaspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which maybe you'll see one day.
But I wanted to mention this about straws. Did I tell you what my Uncle Wayne told me when I was like a 13-year-old about straws? Yeah, he's the former Marine who's been a security officer for many years for the state.
I feel like you did tell me.
Yeah, so he saw me drinking out of a straw at a restaurant. I guess we were out eating. And he goes, what are you doing with that sissy stick? I was like, sissy stick? I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, what do you need that sissy stick to get to the bottom of the glass? I was like, what? It's the most macho, like, idiot bullshit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I stopped using straws.
Yeah, it worked.
Like I recently started back.
Don't be a bitch. Spill it on yourself.
He was right. He was insinuating that I couldn't get all the drink out if I didn't have this little, pussy thing to get to the bottom of it.
You're just less likely to spill a drink if you use a straw.
Vroink. But
Vroink.
it's also just, I can just slurp the fucker down. Like, I drank much slower, like fighting the ice
Yeah.
from falling in my face.
Yeah.
I'm changing my ways, man.
Use a straw.
I'm back on Team Straw. Even if they kill our sea turtles, dude.
Good.
Yeah.
No, the straws aren't doing it, man. It's the fucking
the
the
practices.
commercial
Yeah.
fishing industry. Yeah. Like the plastic in the ocean, that's them too.
Yeah.
Those fuckers. All right. So Borat. Yeah. I saw Sacha
Word.
being interviewed by Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
Recently? No, it would have been closer to when the movie actually came out. But they were talking about that scene, and they showed a part where a part that was cut out of the movie, where Black Lives Matters protesters were actually there. Like they knew about the rally, and they sent people to come and like just watch and see what the fuck these people are saying, like secretly, recording and shit. And one of the BLM protesters recognized Sacha and like started like I guess being a fan. And that offended the real racist people that were there.
Right.
They're like, what the fuck? This guy's just messing with us? And they like chased him. Like he had to take the fuck off. And it's in the interview. He takes off running. He jumps in the back of, I don't know if it's an ambulance or some other big ass van.
Yeah.
But he's like laying down in the back of it hiding. And so one guy like went to pull a gun, and one of the security people like grabbed his hand and was like, "It's not worth it, man." And
wow,
so, like they were ready to fucking kill him.
How did I not? Yeah.
I mean, I was so into the movie that I had to keep going once it ended.
Dude,
so I watched interviews.
You've been watching YouTube, man.
Dude, I go hard.
No,
but that was on Prime, and then I went to YouTube.
Oh, okay. No, that's still, man. I didn't. Well, you knew about the Giuliani thing.
Oh yeah, it was nice to see it.
Yeah.
And dude, I don't give a fuck what he said. Like I know he claims that he was just tucking his shirt back in. He is clearly fluffing up. I'm about to rock this little girl's world.
Yeah. Man, God. I heard this recently. Have you ever seen... Oh, wait a minute. They talked about it on Whiskey Ginger. Such a fall from grace than Rudy Giuliani, who was beloved after 9/11.
Right.
Like fucking kept the city united. I mean, he was huge. And he was huge.
Huge.
He was huge.
My cock is huge.
And yeah, he goes to this like caricature of himself where he's bleeding hair dye during interviews. I don't know if you've seen like during speeches, during the election fraud speeches he was giving in front of you heard about this one, right? In front of Four Seasons like home and garden center or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was a fuck up.
Cool.
It was supposed to be
the location. Yeah, it was supposed to be the nice Four Seasons.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was next to an adult film store in front, and they were so that they.
Who the fuck was in charge of booking that shit?
Yeah,
that was intentional.
There was a lot of incompetence. A lot of incompetence that you could just point to, but they had so much pride that they didn't change the location. They just kept it there, and they're in front of a garage door to this fucking shop.
Yeah, dude, I saw a video of like them setting up for it.
Yeah.
And it looks like dog shit.
Yeah.
like going to the industrial district.
It was most of their events, man. It was the appearance of power. Like it was just, if you have any critical thinking aspect to you as a human, I feel like you can just see through it. It was all a facade, man.
Yeah.
None of that made me feel safer, and it didn't make me feel great about the competence of the administration when they would do shit like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first time shit like that has happened, but I thought that was just, that represented the whole fucking presidency. It's brilliant, man. We're doing a lot of political stuff this episode.
Oh, well, I just watched the new Borat. So.
Yeah, I guarantee we're going to lose 6 fans.
No, we won't. They know how
maybe
you feel.
They'll understand. Maybe some of them won't understand, but Doug will understand.
They respect our opinions as we do theirs.
Oh, and this was cool too, man. I told you about, so this is our last episode because we've discovered that Sam Harris and Ricky Gervais have a podcast.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going for. And obviously, you're Ricky.
I'm no Ricky.
Yeah, and I'm a wannabe Sam. And we all right over there, man?
I think so. I think we're going to hang on.
Yeah, I think we just need to stop now, man. So we're just signing off.
Yeah.
For the last time. No, but I highly recommend it. It's called Absolutely Mental.
Yeah, I got to look it up now.
Oh, it's just a beautiful.
I just emailed you the link to that documentary.
Ruh-roh. Yeah, I'll be into some docs, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely watch it.
And it makes me think about how easily we could find out the truth of every situation.
Yeah.
Because so many people are always recording.
Yeah.
And that's all they used.
Yeah.
They just, there's so much footage out there that you can put it together. It's just, God, it would take a ton of work.
Yeah, the reporting is massive, man. It takes a lot of effort. And there, with certain organizations, some more than others, they do actually corroborate stories. It's not just one person.
Yeah.
It's not just one perspective.
It's not just Alex Jones.
Right. It's not just Alex Jones.
I still like Alex Jones.
I know you do. You got a soft spot in your heart. I'm sure if I hung out with him,
yeah, dude,
he'd be great. But
Schultz likes him.
Yeah. I actually like the clips that I watched, but he sneaks in about 6 non-truths in there. But that's just how he's got a lot of incorrect narratives, but when he makes sense, he makes sense. I would feel amazed, like when I would catch Trump making sense. And I'd be like, wait a minute. This guy just put 3 paragraphs together and I was totally following the whole time. It happens, but the rest of their essence makes me find them, not credible. Like for entertainment is one thing. Trump was very entertaining. I don't want him running the free world, man.
Yeah.
I don't want Alex Jones to have a massive influence on our media. I think he's got a lane.
Yeah.
And that's fine. He's an American citizen. I'm sure he pays taxes. I'm very, very okay with his current role. And I've told you this too, man. I'm okay hearing new ideas. I never want to feel too rigid, but like in my thinking. But there's got to be a critical aspect to, the first question you should ask when you're taking in information is what What's the reference? What's your resource? Where did this come from?
Yeah.
And if it's, from a propaganda site, then, it starts losing credibility pretty immediately.
Yeah.
What you looking at, dude? I got something for you next after that.
Emergency alert. British government warns COVID vaccine-induced mutations may kill 2.6 billion people. You can't tell me that's made up. You can't convince me.
Is that on his...
That is on newswars.com. The Alex Jones Show. Alex Jones breaks down how the British government warned of COVID vaccine-borne mutations that may wipe out 2.6 billion people across the planet. Researcher Mike Adams and anti-lockdown activist Chris Sky will join the show to discuss these horrifying COVID developments. There you go. We got to watch the show, man.
It hurts me. It makes me sad. It really...
It doesn't make you curious at all to see what they're going to say?
No, it depresses me. Yeah, it makes me...
I love hearing it.
Want to bury... I don't know where that itch is to, hear information that's probably not true.
Right. Dude, I understand it's probably not true, but... If there are people talking about this, I want to hear what they have to say.
I'll give you one better. It's just not true.
Better? You don't know.
Him and many others like him are really good at bringing in a little nugget, a little kernel of actual information. And the rest of it is just nonsensical, man. It hurts. It literally, my brain hurts when I hear things like that, man.
How are you going to feel when 2.6 people die?
I know.
2.6 people. 2.6 billion people.
Not 2.6.
Hey, man.
Well,
we're a little overpopulated.
Tell me this, man. I wanted to hear your thoughts on the podcast that you listen to. With Sam Harris and that MD. Because you text me and you were like...
I've got some thoughts I do want to talk about.
You're like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're like, I guess you're right, or something, or you were like, you convinced me, but I do have some points.
Man, I wish I could remember my points.
But what?
I probably wrote them down.
All right.
Well, I don't remember. It wasn't anything major.
Okay.
It was, all right, I kind of remember now. Sam, he was making a point of trying to say, let's not say that all these people are just, what was it? Like the doctors that are, involved in some of the conspiracy shit around the vaccine.
That they're not all...
Schizophrenic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was saying, like Sam was trying to say, let's not just take the easy road and say that these people are fucking crazy.
Right.
And whatever the dude's name was, I don't remember now.
The doc.
He's like, well put. Like, say, backing up. Yeah, they are fucking crazy.
Oh, you think he misinterpreted?
I know he did.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Definitely at that part.
Okay.
Because he didn't elaborate. He was like, absolutely, they're crazy. He was super, which is fine, because I expect it. Luckily, Sam is not, but that dude was so arrogant. He laughed throughout the whole thing, just at how ridiculous people are, to assume that there could ever be anything more than the information given.
The thing is...
It's not that crazy to think some shit...
The problem is...
Dude, I can put shit in the water.
The problem is dis and misinformation, man. And what... I get what you're saying. The arrogance doesn't help. Because he's like, why can't people just understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could be a better communicator. That's why he's there with Sam.
Yeah, Sam's great.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's just, like, I didn't discredit any of the shit he said based on that. It's just, like, I don't know.
Like
be respectful, kind of. Like, I know we're all fucking crazy and stupid.
I mean, you got to think, man, and I'm trying to, I don't want to, I view him much different than an Alex Jones. You got to think about the circle
I know
that he's in.
Yeah.
And he's probably not around a lot of
stupid people.
Normal people, yeah. Or if he is, he's just telling them, this is what's wrong with your heart, and this is what you need to do about it.
Yeah.
Or this is what I'm going to do about it. It's probably not a lot of, he's not getting a ton of, points about vaccines from his patients, I wouldn't think. But he may get pushback. He probably does try to educate people. I get it. I always, and some of it's just, not everyone has that innate ability just to think, oh, they have a different perspective, or, oh, I'm not being empathetic enough to what has influenced their views. I try to do that. I'm not always successful, but that's not everyone's default to be like, why do they feel that way?
Yeah.
But I feel like
not everybody has a Kai either. I could easily just Alex Jones away.
Yeah, you could, man. My God, if I wasn't here, Matt.
Yeah. Seriously. You are my voice of reason.
Oh, man.
That's it.
Well, thank you, man. I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But
I mean, the world I live in, there aren't a lot of I don't know. There's just not a lot of
critical.
Not in these ways.
Yeah.
It's just,
Well, you're the Andrew to my Yang, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it, man. It's just, but I like feeling a little uncomfortable when you push me on things and I don't quite have the explanation, because I'm like, I need to know more about that. Like
that's how I feel about everything.
Well,
everything you talk about, I'm like, well, I can't fucking.
Well, no. Yeah, I like it. I had to do one recently with, like, answer this question. Why doesn't the Earth just fall into the sun? The sun has massive gravity. Why don't we just barrel into the sun?
Because the sun itself is not just sitting still.
You're actually not hitting. You're kind of on the same thread. The main.
We're following the sun. Our orbit is following the sun. Right? Like, here's the sun flying, and we're trailing behind it. We can't keep up.
Not exactly.
Or we do keep up. We don't get further away. Okay, you explain.
But you're actually, that was a really good, like, just off the cuff. I think this is why it happens. Every object in space has its own velocity. Yeah. So if there wasn't a sun there, the Earth would just be, everything's basically going toward the black hole at the center of the galaxy.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But even that, like, it's the same principle with a solar system, like basically a star and the black hole. The relationship is very similar. The star has its own innate velocity. If the black hole wasn't there, which ironically, we don't know if a star could form without the black hole there to begin with. Like, there's a lot tied there. But the star would have its own velocity. Then you get gravity, pulling from a larger object, and the forward velocity of the planet or the star basically cancels out with the gravitational pull of a planet or a black hole. And then you get like this angular momentum phenomenon where it just falls into an orbit.
Yeah.
It's really unique.
It's neat.
But I didn't really know. Someone pushed me on that recently, and I didn't have a good explanation. I had to dig.
I learned it in my last life.
Oh, well, good,
remember.
Man, good. Yeah. Yeah.
No, dude, I watched the right episode of the right show one day.
And they talked
And
about
I'm like,
it.
oh, that makes sense.
But it's weird, like, no,
I don't know.
how does a radio produce sound? I didn't want you to
I don't fucking know, dude.
Well, so sound, like,
It's a vibration.
so without, there you go, without a radio, excuse me, that gets us viewers too.
Mm-hmm.
But when there's just sound, what does sound travel on?
What does it travel on?
Yep. Think about it.
I will.
And you think about it.
Does it travel on?
It does travel through some kind of substance.
Yeah.
It's a fluid.
A fluid? Oxygen?
Air.
Air.
All, not just oxygen, but the other
Like the other stuff, too?
elements that are in the air.
Okay.
Or other particles. It travels through air. So
I
there's
feel so stupid.
no, man. This is all like, how many people can? I got something
I feel
else
like
after
that's
this.
one of those things.
How many
we should
people?
know.
Yeah, can break this down. So it's only because I realize that I don't know a lot of shit, and then I'm like, well, I need to know. Like, in order to be scientifically literate, that's what that means, to be able to explain shit like this to normal humans.
Yeah.
And a lot of it I don't know, quite frankly. I'm going to talk one out with you in a second, and we'll see how far it gets. But sound travels on airwaves. Radios are a little different. You're not getting an airway, it's a frequency, right, with a signal.
Yeah.
So the frequency, it doesn't carry the sound. The frequency is the sound is transmitted into a frequency. That frequency goes up to a satellite and to another device, and that sound comes out the other end. Does that make sense at all? Like, the frequency is kind of like the code for the sound. So every sound would have a different frequency. A very specific frequency. Am I saying that right?
Well,
I think I'm fucking it all up.
probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
That's a tough one.
It makes sense in my mind.
See, I think of the frequency, which, I mean, there are like different frequencies that I listen to.
I don't think I'm using the right term. I think I'm
But like on the airwaves, there's there are different frequencies, and I think of those frequencies like the radio station in your car. I think of those frequencies as like the vehicle for the sound.
Oh no, so
They can tune, but I don't know how any of it works.
I should know this,
But
so I'm way wrong. I'm just totally wrong.
okay, let's be right now.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Mind freak.
Radios work by transmitting and receiving electromagnetic waves. The radio signal is an electronic current moving back and forth very quickly. A transmitter radiates this field outward via an antenna. A receiver then picks up the field and translates it to the sound heard through the radio. That's kind of what I was referring to. I was using the term frequency. I should have interchanged that with electromagnetic wave. It's not a frequency. It's an electromagnetic wave.
Okay,
Yep.
I feel smarter now.
Yeah.
No, I feel just as dumb.
Well, that's just one, and some of these things, like, we may have learned, and if we heard the right definition, we'd go, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Right, that makes sense.
right.
I can put it some together now.
Yeah. Same thing I used to, like, how does a light bulb really work?
Oh, I know. I know how that works.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, explain it.
Oh. There's a little man in there.
Yeah. God damn it. Yeah.
No, it's tungsten, isn't it? The electrical current passes through tungsten or some other mineral or whatever the fuck, and it's able to heat up without fucking melting. It glows.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how fluorescent bulbs work. I mean, it's a gas.
Yeah.
But
Actually, you're like dead on.
yeah, I'm a fucking genius.
Yeah, man. Well, that's why you're here. Wow, man. Just little stuff like that. Like I would have never known fucking tungsten. I knew electricity was involved. That's a good little kernel you carry around, man.
It's my one.
Yeah. Yeah, we've used you up, man.
Oh shit. We'll probably find more.
Yeah.
I would love for you to know my little kernels, but I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I've got up there that actually is worth a buck.
We'll just keep asking you, man.
Yeah, maybe it'll come out.
Yeah.
If we push hard enough. I've got another kernel for you.
All right.
I wrote this down, but I forgot the notebook. But it just came to me.
Occurred to you?
During these periods of time where most of humanity has totally been wiped out. Whatever, every 15,000 years or so, we're wiped out.
Ice ages, droughts.
Right. But
Noah's flood.
Of course. Well, what survives during that time? Anything?
Oh, animal life?
Yeah. Bugs.
Oh, many animals, man.
What
do you mean? I mean, a lot of things adapt very well.
Well, it made me think about roaches.
All right.
and
see where this is going.
Do you?
No, I have no fucking idea.
It makes me think. I got real close to a roach the other night. I've ventured back into dabbling with marijuana here and there.
Look at you.
Just
man.
Occasionally.
All right.
I'll hit it.
I don't condone it.
Well, I got real close to this roach. I was sitting outside, and I just wanted to look at it, and it was like pulling its antenna, and I guess cleaning it or something, and it kept like going back and forth. It would pull this one down and clean it, whatever.
Oh my God!
And I was like,
dude.
man, what the fuck's really going on? Like in this thing's little mind or whatever. It made me think of like hive minds and like what if roaches or ants or anything that works in that way.
I'm with you.
They all communicate very well with one another.
Right.
And they reproduce like a motherfucker. What would happen in a world where they don't have to just try to survive? What if there was a world where roaches could thrive without predators and shit? Like, what if, with all their little minds together, they blow us out of the water? But, we destroy them. Like, if they could just... And I think they've done it. I think whenever we're wiped out, they take advantage of that time, and they build the pyramids. And they're like, draw people on them. Fuck with their heads. So the roaches built the pyramid.
Right. I knew you were going there, dude. Yeah, that's where, when you started, I was like, he's about to make a monster claim that the roaches built the pyramids. I could smell the writing.
Yeah. How could you miss it?
On your balls.
How have we all missed it for so long?
Yeah, so
without a doubt, that's what happened.
I like little thoughts like that. But the truth is, man, if we weren't here, everything else would thrive.
Yeah.
But everything you're saying.
I don't think roaches built.
No,
pyramids.
I know.
Okay.
I'm actually I'm toying with this though.
Yeah, it's a fun idea to just.
So you're saying roaches have no predators, like in
in
this
a world
scenario,
where they don't have predators. Yeah, like birds aren't fucking eating them.
and they have
Whatever else isn't
an
fucking
infinite food source.
Right.
Okay.
They've got all the sugar in the or all the trailer glue. Like that's what it is in trailers. The glue on like the whatever the walls.
Yeah.
Or in the walls. The glue is what they like. That's why trailers get overrun with roaches.
I did not know that. I thought they're just unkept.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah, it probably doesn't help.
It's a combination a lot of times. Yeah. But once you see roaches, you probably don't give a fuck about. I mean, you could take care of the roaches. They can be murdered.
I always love reciting Occam's razor, man. Just the simplest explanation is normally the right one. Well, I guess in this case, the other, like Carl Sagan's quote, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I mean, it's so simple, but it's an interesting thought. You'd need a lot that of evidence.
I know.
Yeah, to
I just
prove.
Man, I don't need evidence.
No, man. Hit me. Jesus Christ. Nobody needs evidence, man.
No, man. Yeah. Evidence is made up.
It's overrated. Yeah.
Like Neil deGrasse would just disprove my evidence anyway. Toyson.
Yeah.
Toyson.
Yeah, he's great, man.
He is great. I am a fan.
I know. Yeah, I know. I had somewhere else I wanted to go, but
I took us down roaches.
No. But I have a bunch of these fucking psychological things we could go through. Maybe this will jog my memory.
Tell me, you were about to go somewhere before I went on the roach talk?
Yeah, but tell me this first off. Are you at this point inclined, after hearing the conversation with Sam and the MD, are you any more inclined to get it if you had, like, if you want to travel or do something, like if you had a reason to?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could get it, but I see the lines. People waiting at Walgreens and shit.
Are they long right now?
They're just always there.
And
I would never want to wait.
In Mississippi, man, I can't, like I guess because now slowly the guard is, like we've taken a lot of people off these vaccination orders. So those are kind of the only places that are going to have them, which I think it's better anyway to be in like the public sector.
Yeah.
And you don't pay for it, right? You just go in.
No, you don't pay for it. Yeah, it's just, I don't want to. I don't want to wait.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, maybe if you want to go to Hawaii.
If I want to go to Hawaii. Well, if they require it, yeah, I'll for sure get it. I mean, I'd probably get it anyway.
You know whose world we're living in, dude? This is Joseph R.'s world, dude. Yeah. Joseph R. Biden.
Oh. I thought you were talking about Joseph Rogan.
No. No. How do you feel about this proposition? What if, at first in the vaccine production, we offered the vaccines to our richest people at an auction to buy?
That would have been a good idea.
And use that money to go toward charities and treatments and potential cures. And is that an ethical thing to take our richest people in the world? Does that make them better or worse? Like if Bezos gave $1 billion for the first vaccine given to a citizen, but put the money back in research or put the money towards another kick-ass charity or something. I mean, is that
ethical?
Yeah. But the implication is, I guess this is how I would look at it. If we take vaccines away from those that need them, like that are most vulnerable, primarily our seniors, is kind of the trend. It affects them more. They're much more likely, if you're 65 and up, you're much more likely to be hospitalized or die from the virus, or if you have underlying conditions or obese, etc. The way to look at it is, if billionaires take those few vaccines away, there's going to be a few less people that are going to get them in a timely manner, and they could die. But the back end implication is all that money towards more research for something that could save lives is, it could save lives on the back end. So it's like, do you want a few more people to die now and potentially, but it's potential, right? It's not proven.
Right.
And potentially more people will live, like less people will die later. It's like a delayed gratification thing. Is that your thinking, Hans?
Absolutely. I've got an idea. I've got a better approach to this.
All right. Well, it's too late now.
It is. But, if you had run it by me beforehand,
gotcha.
we could have made some money. Initially, they could have offered it to only people who either could afford it, or have insurance that'll cover it. And jack the price way up, like super high, like that one dude did with the AIDS medication.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, jack the price up and make money off the insurance. Fuck the insurance companies over. And then once they've raised enough money, like once all the insurance covered people have gotten vaccinated, then make it free.
So they would, I missed some of that, but I was reading, but they would, who would get the money?
Who would get the money? The vaccine, whoever created the vaccine.
It would go toward that individual?
Well, I suppose that's who would get paid, but they could, use the money responsibly and pay for research. They could, I'm sure, make what you said happen.
You're saying,
instead of charging billionaires for the first few, charge insurance companies for,
And the people that have insurance would get them first.
Right.
It all seems, for whatever reason, it feels more, I feel like people that would have more money would be able
insurance?
to, and it'd end up being almost, it wouldn't fall exactly on racial lines, but it would skew more. Like, you just have black people at the back of the bus, and that's a terrible.
Hey, man, I'd be back there with them, man. I don't have fucking insurance.
I know you would, but I think the way we did it is probably. I feel even a little strange about, like, I think people could view Bill Gates, or which they already do, or Bezos as a giant dickhead for being like paying $1 billion for a vaccine. At that point, it'd really just be
flexing.
No, no, that's not the word I would use. That word's not in my vocabulary unless I mean literally flexing. But it's just. Wouldn't you think they'd be demonized? Like, look at these at these rich fuckers, even though they're putting $1 billion toward some
if it's actually going toward
cure
research,
for cancer,
I think,
or whatever.
Yeah, that would be fucking great.
Yeah,
that's the part you would have to prove, like the money's actually going towards something.
Yeah, that's hard, man. It's so hard to disclose everything, and you're always going to have cynical fucks that aren't going to believe it regardless.
Yeah, that's me. I'm that cynical fuck.
Cynical fuck.
Like, this is going toward research, Rolly.
Yeah.
Show me the research. Don't you want to donate money to drug addicts that make crosses? No.
Some of these aren't that good, man. Do you have something before I get into
sure,
this?
Yeah. The guy who jacked up the price of the AIDS medication.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he did that to pay for research for medication that would actually work.
Oh, okay.
And he did exactly what I was saying. He could charge insurance companies that price. People who didn't have insurance couldn't get it. If they contacted him, or if they contacted the company, they would give it to him for free.
Oh, well, that's
But that part was all left out.
Yeah.
Because this dude, he's like the originator of Wall Street Bets. That guy who did that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's wealthy, dude.
He's rich as dog shit. He was before that. He's in prison right now.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But
for a separate reason.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. But some securities stuff. For doing what big dogs do, and doing it better.
That's what big dogs do, dog.
He like was a big dog.
Right.
It's a really weird but good story. But I don't know it well enough to tell it. But
no, that's
yeah, he actually had really good intentions, and the big money in Wall Street hated that motherfucker, and so they did everything they could to paint this horrible picture of him when he's actually trying to help these people.
And he's demonized. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's all it took. Everybody fucking hated him. They still hate him. Like that worthless piece of shit. I can't believe he would charge so much.
Well, you and
he was interviewed on it. Sorry, and I forget what exactly the lady asked him, but he was like, "I feel like I should have charged more." It was just great how he didn't give a fuck. It was beautiful.
Wow.
All right.
Well, yeah, that's actually what Sam Harris does for his podcast.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And for his app. You can't afford for his meditation app.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? It's the people, which all that you said. Yeah, I don't want to skate past that. I think it's significant. I just started thinking about the way Sam runs his podcast, but yeah, public messaging it's important, and it's often wrong. It's man, but it's media's so fragmented now. Like, how could you convince, a majority of the population of anything, man? I don't. How could you? I mean, it just doesn't matter. I don't want to feel like there's no solutions, but there's got to be a media source rise up that really is objective.
Yeah.
And the other, whoever, the other media institutions start going, whoa, like we're losing listeners now and viewers because they trust this other source. They don't want to just be entertained and hear nonsense for an hour. Like I don't know. I don't know what entity that is. I'm sure there are people trying to do that. That probably takes a lot of capital.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so many interests working against that model.
Yeah.
Of like truth.
Right.
This is where you need to come, dude.
Yeah.
For all your
yeah. I think that there's got to be a way to fucking do it. I mean, there's all these podcasts that so many people listen to now.
Oh, a lot.
And, Manscaped understands that, there's money to be made.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are people there who
need to shave their balls.
But like a good, reliable news source, a new, a new source of news could do it the same way. They could pay to advertise on big podcasts, and you can pay for ads, interstitial ads that would play on YouTube videos if you want, just advertising.
So you're saying,
I mean, the way people learn to shave their nuts easier, it's the same way you spread the word about anything.
About a good platform.
Yeah. Like if you've got good shit, just let people know, and that's how you let people know now. You got to pay to advertise. You got to get in front of them eyeballs.
I was thinking
or ear holes.
Right, because a lot of it's just listening. YouTube's great, but...
but I just listen to it.
Right.
Most of the time.
I probably listen to more shit than I watch. Yeah. I don't know. I love YouTube.
I do too.
It's outstanding.
And like, you can't just listen to Your Mom's House. You got to see the shit that they play and react to.
When I'm at the gym and I'm listening, which it's rare that this happens. Normally it's in the car, so I can kind of glance. It's unsafe. But when I'm at the gym and I'm lifting, I at least look at what the person looks like on the TikTok. Like, I'll do my set and look back at my phone to see how terrible, and count how many teeth this person has that's saying something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, their shit, dude. It really it is just my fucking consummate joy. It is one of the things that, I mean, it's one of probably 5 things that is my favorite thing. Just the bliss, dude. Like when I talked about kind of what cell phones and just generally, all this technological access we have is doing to our ambition. Dude, if that show... If they were able to record episodes infinitely,
we'd be fucked, man.
I would
be drooling.
I'd have to watch all the time. Luckily, it's a once a week program, so it gives me a week to reset and do a couple and go to work for a few days.
Yeah,
and watch it again. But it's like my life revolves around these weekly fucking shows right now.
Yeah,
I do, man. I feel. I've said this before too, but I'll say it again. I feel so much better now that I don't watch regular news. I just the Bill Maher today, actually listening to that, although I learned things from it, I didn't get as much joy. I think it's not bad. It's not a bad source of political information. For one, I know Bill Maher is a smart guy and he asks tough questions. For two, he brings on people from all political spectrums and they're all on the same panel and they talk it out.
Yeah, that is cool. Haley Barber was on his show years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is incredible. But
and I just happened to watch that episode.
Oh, wow.
When it was new.
I was
what in the fuck?
This is probably mid-2000s or something.
Man.
Whenever.
I guess, yeah.
Or maybe late
2010.
Late 2000s or early 20. Okay.
I don't know, man.
That's still, I'll check it out.
I can look it up.
But it's not super important.
I would like
Look it up, dude. I liked kind of getting a feel for what's going on in the political space, but I got this innate anxiety back in my chest. I didn't like it that much. It just felt like I was seeing the tribalism again, and I didn't want it. But he's talking about it in an objective way, but I'm like, I've forgotten about that. I don't want to see it, man.
Yeah.
He brought it back to my mind there's still fucking a bunch of idiots out there. And that's not my arrogance talking.
Fuck.
Did it die?
No. IMDb just playing a giant ad thing. 2003. No way.
Yeah, bro.
God damn.
Good dude. Oh.
All right, well, there's no fucking way I saw that. I don't remember watching that when I was 13.
Well, you probably saw it more recently.
Probably.
Probably, man.
Probably so.
Probably.
I don't know why I thought.
Dude, do you want to fuck with a couple more of these thought experiments?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do. I can see it on your face.
Those are fun.
Yeah, we'll do this every episode. I should credit this site, but I'm not going to. All right. This one, man. Are you ready?
Are you ready? No.
You're not ready?
What's his name? Haley Barber. Yeah.
Haley Barber.
Haley Barber.
What, you found someone else?
No. I mean, I found him.
Okay.
I just want to find him on the actual credits. He said quite a few people on that show.
Oh, God, dude. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a small handful.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I guess it was 2003.
I want to say something that's
was
controversial.
shit in HD then? Okay, say it.
But I don't want to.
Okay. Well, I mean,
what do you want to do?
We're unmonetizable.
I know. It's not that bad. It just feels kind of icky saying it. I got it from watching Bill Maher's show.
Yeah?
He had a House of Representative Democrat on there.
It was 2014.
Oh, okay. From the Virgin Islands, Stacy Jean Platsky or Platsky something, and strong African American woman. She's actually beautiful. Like, she's a good looking lady. She obviously looks like she takes care of herself and takes her job seriously. Like, she looks like a professional. She looks like she takes the role serious, and she sounds like it. Like, super articulate, and I don't know. She sounded good. But there were times where, you know how Bill kind of interjects at times?
Mm-hmm.
She started to get ultra butthurt, and it felt like I'm a black woman and you're being a dick.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if she was playing more of the woman card or the black card or both.
Mm-hmm.
But I hated that interaction because Bill totally, I don't know if he did it intentionally. He just gave into it. He did not push back to be like, he wasn't like, I'll interrupt anyone, because that's the truth.
Yeah.
He just got quiet and let her talk. I knew it would aggravate you. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
White apologist.
Yeah.
Man.
But there's people, it's not just her. It's a mentality. I'm not trying to criticize her. And I thought overall, I think she, like I said, I thought she did well, but that one part, I was like, no, just that is a great example of, it's just that person's frame of mind, like their perception of it's not at all what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad when you think that I'm being a fucking racist or a misogynist because I start speaking. It's just not that. That's just not my person. You're assuming.
Yeah, that is probably extremely rare. That's the actual case.
Right. You're assuming something really fucking. I don't feel entitled because I have a penis.
Yeah.
I'm just. We're having a conversation, and sometimes that fucking happens. It makes me I feel emotional about that. I have passion.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anyone to think that from any perspective. It's just, some people just do it and they're not trying to be dicks, and maybe you could correct them and be like, hey man, let me get a word in. But it was, And she didn't like literally pull like the I'm a black woman card, but
Yeah.
man, it felt like I wish I could just play you like this 2-minute interaction where, you know, build it and push it.
Huh.
I feel like he wouldn't have won, even though his audience is like pretty fair towards him. I don't know if he would have, like that would have been a good exchange.
Man, I feel like his audience is probably the wokest.
Oh no, dude! You gotta see. He criticizes the fuck out of them if they boo, and I think the composition of his audience has changed some. I just like they cheer for shit and jokes that I'm like, wow. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't watched in quite a while, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't had regular TV
He's called
forever.
them pussies enough that
they're no longer pussies.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They're toughening up.
Or they've either modified their views and they realize he's just fucking joking when he says, you know, awful shit.
Yeah.
Or he has some new audience members. I don't know.
Yeah. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
He makes good points, and you can't just dismiss the fuck out of him.
Yeah. He is. He's an
like,
arrogant fuck.
Why would you not want to coexist?
Yeah.
It's like these people who preach on inclusion are so exclusive.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. In different ways. I don't want to just end on the last thing I said about Bill Maher. He's an arrogant fuck, but I feel like he's the arrogant fuck that I know what he means. I know that's not actually, like, that's just that's his demeanor.
Yeah. It's like we know him.
Right. Yeah. It just seems like that's just, it's like your asshole friend.
Yeah.
Like, no, you know, no one else likes him, but
yeah,
you know who
but
they,
we like Trey.
Right. You know who they are. Well, let me hit you with a couple of these, dude, and then we'll put a wrap on this one at some point. But let's try this out, man. You are an independent scientist doing some research on the process of aging. During your research, you discover a means to create a pill capable of preventing aging. That's nice. Aging, not Asians. Preventing Asians. No. Preventing aging for anyone who takes it. Moreover, those who take the pill grow physically no older than 25. And if they are older than that when they take the pill, they will revert to the person, to the physical body of a 25-year-old. If you are not killed or do not die in an accident, you will effectively be immortal. What do? Would you take it yourself? Would you destroy it? Would you make it available to others? If so, everyone or just a selected few, would it be ethical to make a profit off of it? Consider ethical, religious, societal, and ecological factors in your answer. God.
I would definitely take it. I know that part for sure.
Because you got to think, you know, large scale. If you make 7 or 8 billion of these and give them to everyone on the planet, so basically everyone stops growing at 25 and those that are older revert back.
Dude, it would just be a fuck fest. Be fantastic. Worldwide orgy.
Yes, but...
And then we'd reproduce like a motherfucker. And then they would need it too.
You have to think, dude, about... we'd have to be far enough technologically to have another place to go. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think there would also be a sterilization requirement. If you're going to live forever, you can't reproduce. I think that would make sense.
Oh my God, what a fucking trade-off.
Yeah.
But that just like, it goes against biology, but obviously now we've grown a bit past it where we can either use contraception or just be permanently sterile and still get the fun.
Yeah.
Like still get the act, still have the urge to want to reproduce, but just not be able to. And you just don't make any people.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But if you have kids, you can't take it?
No, because I have kids, and I would want to take it. I can't have any more.
Well, that would be the line you'd draw. You would say no one can have any children.
Yeah, and
that seems,
I don't know. I think there would need to be like some basic testing. Like not everybody can do it. Not everybody gets to be immortal.
What do you mean?
Well, I've had to take like there's special tests to see if your brain works right or well enough.
Oh my God.
An IQ test. I think that would be good.
Yeah, I think that'd be a bit controversial.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could justify not wanting to keep certain people around.
I know where you're going. The
Kiwis. I'm gonna wave this flag forever now.
That's actually better than where I thought you're going. That's funny. That's a big implication because we'd be keeping alive a bunch of fucking morons.
Yeah. And I think there needs to be I think it should make sense that you stick around. Like if you're going to stick around, there's got to be a good reason. And I think a mind that is always expanding should stick around. Like, dude, imagine what your mind could achieve given 500 years instead of 100.
Get this, dude. I think I'm just adding to your test example. I don't know if it'd be an IQ test, but something you have to achieve or some kind of standardized test. Something akin to the fucking
like the ASVAB?
ACT or SAT. But it gets really, it gets dicey, man.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, well, what about people who don't have, the resources and they're just, disadvantaged from the go? Are we saying they don't even get the opportunity because they were behind at birth? It's, or maybe just something you have to work towards, like getting your citizenship.
Yeah.
But where you actually have to put forth, join the fucking army for a few years.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do something.
Yeah. You can live forever, but yeah, man, that'd be a long fucking contract.
Where you're. Well, no, that's not what I mean.
No, but that would be.
I'm talking about
reasonable
prior to.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it would be reasonable payment. If you couldn't afford it or couldn't pass the test.
Oh my God!
They're all right, you're joining the military for 50 years.
So there's there's some trade-offs that people could make. If you want to be immortal, you have to do this thing.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, it's
and you can still get life in prison, so don't be a piece of shit.
Oh wow!
Wouldn't that be some
and
shit?
You'd live forever. Jail.
Yeah, I'm sure there would have to be a cutoff.
It'd be weird though, those that are over 25 reverting, because then all your relatives would be your age.
It'd be weird.
That's...
And I want them to let me choose my age. Because I don't want to be 25 forever.
Well, I don't want my 25-year-old brain.
I don't... Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think your brain would be the...
It'd just be... Oh, yeah, it's just your body.
Just your appearance.
Yeah.
And
but I like my I like them as they are. It'd be weird. Well, I guess if they had their current brain, but it's just they looked, they'd be a lot more Biden would be great, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a handsome son of a bitch too.
Yeah. But yeah, I think 35 is a better age.
Okay.
For
you feel like we're entering our prime, dude?
Yeah.
I think
sadly,
so.
this is close to it for me.
Optimus Prime, dude. I feel like like a transformer, literally.
Yeah, I feel like
I think
Superman, but he smoked for a few years.
I think 30 is going to be a good decade. You realize this is our 4th
decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
Wild.
It's wild. After this decade, we've only got 6 more.
Decades?
Yeah, until we have the cure for aging. But I mean, we'll at least live a century. Yeah.
Man.
You got it, dude.
Well, maybe
keep yourself together.
David Sinclair, maybe he's on to something.
Yeah.
Just need HGH.
Metformin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
NMN.
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
I got him in the car.
That is. I hope you live forever, man.
I don't know. I got a cold sore.
Yeah.
So
oh, God.
there might be something to it.
Oh, is it? Do you really?
Well, it's healing. Like it's over.
Okay.
But yeah, I've still got like a boo-boo healing right here.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I thought it was chocolate.
I wish.
No, I'm kidding. I thought you
I got a root canal Friday.
cut your lip. Good for you, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did your mom assist?
My mom did assist.
How did I know that?
She's like,
Yeah, she just knew.
it's real. Hey, another
thing?
thought
All right.
on the hive mind thing.
Okay.
It's too stupid. Never mind.
I like stupid, man.
I feel like you'll just science the creative mind right out of me.
No, well, it's not that.
Dude, like, this is why you're stupid.
You know what, man? Let me say this before. Keep the hive mind in your mind.
Okay.
We're just different humans, man.
I know, and it's beautiful.
You are like I view you as just more of a creative entity. It's just kind of your natural personality, and like I said last episode, you create all kind of shit. It's just not the shit you want to create. You just
Vroink.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I know, man.
I do it all the time.
Some of my thoughts, like, it's like, do you really want to have this
Well,
one
I don't want it to be
put to
like
sleep?
disparaging.
No, dude, my thoughts are weird and silly. It's nothing that serious. No, the thought was a hive mind. It kind of, in my mind, I mean, I'm sure there is beautiful science to prove me wrong, but in my mind, it makes me think more. Makes me believe more on the consciousness being external rather than in the brain.
What do you mean?
You know, I believe that our consciousness is more outside of us.
Right. But how does it connect? I don't.
And the hive mind, all these like a hive of bees working together, flying in formation and shit, almost like they're sharing thoughts. I mean, I understand they're probably just communicating really fucking fast because they exist faster. It's just how it is. But, you know, it's just a happy high thought.
I don't know why the scientific explanations for things give me more joy.
No, I like them too. I just, like the, in the past, like the not distant, the early 1900s.
Jesus Christ.
The scientific community.
Right.
You know, if you would even consider it that back then.
No, it was.
They would actually look into weird woo-woo shit from a scientific standpoint. And they didn't totally dismiss shit. But
see, I think that's a misconception that scientists just...
No, I'm not saying that's what they do now. I'm saying if you were to look into, if you were to pursue like the woo-woo,
Right.
You would not be taken seriously in the scientific community. If you became the fucking near-death experience guy, which there's already one. His name's like something Moody, I think.
I'm not sure.
He's done a lot of work in that, but what kind of work can you really do? There's nothing to.
Was a lot of personal reports, but there's a lot of statistical analysis you can run from it, man. I feel like if you did it in the right way, if you took woo-woo shit and put it under a scientific lens, I think you could do it and maintain credibility.
I don't think you could.
Even with a complex, even with a strange question.
Well, I would like to see you do it.
It's just not, I don't know if that's what, some of it.
No, I know, man. That's not your jam.
Some of it's worth investigating.
I know. But what difference would it make if, you did confirm or not? Anything.
Well, you mean any subject or anything?
No, in this.
In that realm?
It's like, oh, look, there is a fucking consciousness that goes on. If you could somehow prove that consciousness goes on beyond death. If there was a way to figure that out, and you did figure it out, and you fucking found it, you're like, oh, there's that person's consciousness. It wouldn't really change anything. It would give people, hope who may need that.
Yeah.
But other than that, it wouldn't change anything. It wouldn't fix anything.
I don't. It'd have to be so sound and profound, and I mean,
yeah, it would have to be ridiculous, and probably couldn't happen. I'm just saying.
It may be in time.
That would be pursuing something that wouldn't really make much of a difference to the world. I don't think it would.
Well,
because I feel like a large chunk of the population would be like, see?
Well, how much does it have a difference
so
does
it
it make
change them
if we find a bacteria on one of Saturn's moons? Or our, like, you know what I mean? Like how I mean, but
it won't make a difference.
But we're actively, we've devoted a lot of resources to that.
It gets my nipples hard.
Yeah.
But I don't think, people don't give a fuck.
Yours are also
most
pierced, though.
Pew, pew, pew. They were.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ. How long has it been since you've seen my nipples?
Oh,
so many years.
Yeah, 14 years ago.
They've been pierced-less.
Okay. All right.
But they've been pierced 3 times, 3 separate times, re-pierced.
With the same needle, yeah.
Yeah, I keep one needle, and my septum, too. It's been pierced 3 times.
Yeah, you've used it for all the piercings you've ever done to everyone, yeah. It's your lucky needle. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
I always got my lucky needle. Yeah, yeah. That's why I trusted you, man.
Yeah, I'm a good guy.
Yeah, but...
Jesus. I don't get the pill. I don't get the forever pill.
I know. But no, it's... there's a lot of things. Like, people question scientific studies all the time. Like, why they'd have to... Why do we know that, some odd fact about bees, that bees fart, or that they fart cinnamon or whatever? Like, who discovered that? Like, I hear people talk about that all the time. What are these scientists out there doing? It's just, I view it as just as curious people, man. Someone has that fucking interest. Someone wants to know what comes out of a bee's anus. Yeah. Someone wants to know, if there is any possible way to corroborate an any sort of picture of what happens to consciousness after death.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not. I find it compelling, and when someone does provide evidence that is, vetted and accepted through the scientific community, I'm going to be like, holy shit, this is, this isn't just, this is real.
Yeah.
This isn't just dude on the couch. This is real stuff. But it's just not the question that I want to spend my time answering. I guess I'm going for more practical knowledge and honestly, I don't know, things I feel like I can explain more. That's a tough one, dude.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Jesus.
I know. But I would expect you to go into something more like concrete anyway.
I've talked about nutrition. I still have. I honestly, at this point, I used to have kind of concrete ideas about exactly what I wanted to go into, like with nutrition. It's still out there. I had like a fucking 5 and 10 year plan at one point of like, exactly what I wanted to research and when I wanted to start writing a book.
Jesus.
But things just change.
Yeah.
And my interests change every day as I take in more information and think of new questions. And I'm like, ooh, that's what I want to spend my time on. But really, any scientific discipline, man, is what I want to spend my time on. Yeah. That's what I want to get a PhD in. I guess I like evolutionary biology. I don't know if I'm behind the 8 ball too much as far as I don't have an undergrad in even in biology. I don't. Kinesiology, exercise science. So I would just have a lot of ground to make up. I'd have to relearn a lot of basic biology before I could really dive into a grad program. I'd probably fare better with anything like any kind of biomedical science. I'd probably do better just because now I have a medical background.
Yeah.
But I just like science, man. I just want to find a subject that I like and become an expert.
Word.
Yeah.
I like archaeology.
Is there some? Oh, you're just saying like as a possible
as a
field?
word.
Oh yeah, it's a good word.
It's one of those things I wish I would have found in the past. I wish when I was a kid I would have been like, that's something people really do.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at it. And the way I saw everything as a kid and a young adult was like, people do that, but not me.
Oh,
like, that's
man.
not an option for me. I saw so many things and never considered that could be me.
I hate that,
It's
man.
weird.
I've even heard, like, as weird of a relationship as I had with Guy when I was young, which is not the case anymore, but I remember Guy telling me, like, you can do, like, another cliche, you can do anything you want to do, man.
Yeah.
Like, shit like that when I was, like, young.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was, like, how much of an impact it had, but I really never, I feel like I had less, a lot of it's the area, the environment, family, like, all of it, man, goes in and gives you this kind of a ceiling for what you think you can be or can do. Man, I don't know if I have to credit just fucking cable television, man, just for like, I just saw people doing shit and I'm like, well, that looks interesting, or that, like, I never had the thing like, well, I don't need to do any of these things. There's some things I like more, but it wasn't really a factor of like, I didn't feel that I couldn't do certain things.
Yeah. It just never occurred to me that I could do certain things.
Oh, okay.
It was like I heard, you can be anything you want, I grew up hearing that too.
Yeah.
I was like, well, how the fuck does anybody know what they want to be?
Yeah. You can be a dinosaur. We learned that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something was missing.
Well, sure. I get it, man. No, it's all, that's why I have like a love-hate relationship with this state, man, because it's such a, like, ambition killer just to, like, you're going to do the same shit your parents did, and God damn it, you're going to have this accent too. Just like your mom and daddy did before you. And you bet you're going to be in church.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Every time the doors open, you're going to be there.
And you're going to be in choir practice too. And on Wednesday nights, sometimes you're going to go then too. And on, when on holidays. And God damn it.
God damn it.
And you're going to be pregnant before you're a legal adult. You best damn believe it. And then you're just going to keep having them, and you're not going to know what to do. And condoms are the devil. I don't know. I hate that mentality, man.
Yeah.
Of it's in this state. It's not the worst place on earth. We're still in America, so. We've got TV. People can see things from other places, but these, the families are close, and I get it. And I guess you can get a lot of fulfillment with close family and friends and stuff. I say that like
screens have ruined everything.
I know
they really have.
Yeah,
I mean, even down to TVs, like being like poor, I don't know.
Oh, I know.
The TV, it shows you all this other shit.
Right.
But it might as well be another planet.
Yeah.
I can see everything around the world, but that is so unattainable. Like people who go on like nice extravagant vacations and shit and like actually travel and witness shit with their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids can think of that as like, I could totally play football because this is a football field. Or, I mean, that's a shit example. But like,
I'm not judging. Doug's not judging.
Kids who went to the fucking Great Pyramids of Giza.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what the fuck I needed. I needed that vacation.
Yeah.
Where it take me to old Aztec ruins. And like, that's what the fuck I needed. To see that shit is real. Because everything could have been a cartoon to me.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's all as real. It's just a fucking screen.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And it's so far away from me.
Right. I mean, I feel like with Drill Team, we got some cool opportunities, but it wasn't going to, fucking the pyramids of Giza. We got to travel
rode roller coasters.
Yeah, we got to travel to other states, and that was just fun, man. A lot of kids in Mississippi don't get to.
Yeah, that was some
charter
shit,
buses.
man.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I got to travel a bit, mostly around the Southeast. I didn't go. I went to New York, but I was like 17 or 18. Yeah. We went up and did the tourist thing, and I got to see through those buildings. You just look up.
They go forever?
And they go forever. I mean, it is, you start looking up and then you just don't stop, man. They meet the sky. It really is.
Scrape the sky.
They scrape it. They scrape it pretty hard. Wow, man. Yeah, it is different. It is like when you see them on shows and shit. It's unbelievable, dude. They block out the sun, bro. It's the concrete jungle.
Yeah, man. So there's always shade.
In a lot of areas, yeah. It just is, man. They're giant. But the other thought I have about Mississippi is someone's got to help this fucking state, dude.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, I hate the mentality of like, and I don't feel like I like that obligation falls on me, but I'm like, well, I'm here. I have friends. I have family. Let's, do something to try to help these people, man.
That's a lot to accomplish. Like just Jackson.
Yeah.
Like you look at, and working in Jackson for so long.
Yeah.
Like we're in Pearl now, but I mean, there were several nights when our shop was still in Jackson, like in the nice part,
Right.
Down by the liquor store. There were several nights where, we'd get back from like working in Birmingham or something. We get back in the middle of the night and the shop shut down, and we frequently hear gunshots. There were gunshots right outside the building while I was inside it one night taking a shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, me and one other dude, we both had to shit. We went to two separate bathrooms on the opposite ends of the building.
Yeah.
And we both heard these gunshots right fucking outside.
Wow.
And it's just a rough fucking place. But it's rough because it's like it started to wear down so many years ago.
Yeah.
And maintenance,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, didn't matter. And rather than doing something about it,
Yeah.
it's like it's easier to just turn your head and it's like, we're going to work on this nicer end.
Right.
And fuck this end of
we've
fucking State Street.
totally ignored it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot. It's just
They just look away.
Yeah.
We'll enhance this little bitty speck and call that Jackson. But Jackson's fucking big. And most of it is forgotten. And people still live there. People can't afford to move.
And they can't drink the fucking
Cops,
water.
Yeah, they can't drink the fucking water.
Yeah.
Cops will not fucking help you. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck is really going on in Jackson, but like when we couldn't find Caitlin, when her crackhead, or Mike, he knows who I'm talking about. Yeah, when Caitlin was missing that night.
Yeah.
We were begging cops for help.
Yeah.
And they didn't give a fuck. I was flying through every red light, like laying on my horn, driving like a fucking idiot, trying to get somebody to follow me. And I couldn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are some patrol cars that are just out there as like decoys. They're just empty cop cars. So you'll go up to one and it's just parked there.
Wow. I didn't know that. The only other thing I had, Jackson's a travesty. I mean, that's,
that's how we deal with our problems here.
Just forget about it.
Yeah. We've got more land down the road, so let's
just focus on that.
Yeah, move on. We don't maintain shit. It's easier to just build something new.
Well,
let the poor people move into the old shit.
Right. And the cycle continues.
Yeah.
Well, there's a bunch of tropes about the state, right? That we're poor and we get pregnant young and we're uneducated.
Yeah.
And we're more racist. And the problem is a lot of those things are true, like statistically.
Well, the uneducated...
Well, uneducated can probably breed some tribalism and produce a little more racism, so I guess you could even get there. But I meant all the things I said prior to that. The poverty, the low education rate, the teen pregnancy, like the state, people from this state don't like to hear that.
But it's fucking true.
We are the last on every list for a fucking reason, or the first on the worst list, man. Obesity, whatever, you fucking name it. The crux of the problem is education, man. We're fucking dumber than the rest of the country.
Yeah.
We are, on average, statistically, we're dumber, man. We're dumber than other states, and that breeds all these other problems, man. It's, when you're uneducated, you don't have any skills, you can't get a job, you resort to, fucking at an early age. And I don't mean any of this to apply to you. Personally.
It all does. I know what you mean.
I'm speaking very broadly, my friend.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not. It'd be cool if I just said your name at the end of every point. I'm like, yeah.
And when you did,
and when Matt,
when you were poor, and
when you
there was nothing to do but fuck.
When you dropped out of high school. No,
yeah.
God damn it. Yeah, I'm not trying to.
No, I know.
I'm not trying to wrap you up in my statistical argument, but
no, dude, it doesn't apply to me.
But no, I mean,
I'm a special boy.
yeah,
We know that.
you are special.
I know.
Yeah, you're my special friend. But yeah, I mean, someone's got to help this state, man. I don't. We shouldn't forget about them. We shouldn't do to this state what this state has done to Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta. Someone's got to help it, man.
I mean, that's where everything is headed. If you don't like the way Jackson looks,
yeah,
it's like, dude, fucking do something about it.
Yeah.
Because that's how everything else can end up. Every area that's being developed now, in fucking
oh yeah,
easily
yeah,
in 50 years, that could be the new fucking ghetto.
yeah.
Like all the nice new shit.
That's wild to think about.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
They develop some shit down the road. That's the nice new place to go now.
Yeah.
Is
it
this
just
forgotten?
less expensive, more appealing to do that? I mean, because you can attract new people there. I don't know why. Why is that? We would rather.
Well, nice new architects.
Oh, people are
like,
people are more likely to move into it.
Like, let's go see the pretty stuff.
Oh, and then you have to think about the specs for building have changed. Probably the way they run pipes, the way they do the sewage system,
everything.
Like it's all better now.
Yeah, and just I mean, I know you can remodel anything, but who the fuck has time to like shut down an entire mall?
Right.
And like, we got to do it again.
That is, we'd have to change the incentive structure.
You can't make money for a while because we got to update.
The way to change behavior would be to create different incentives. Like the incentive now is, potentially they make more money. More people want to live in newer, nicer places. Mm-hmm. And if you attract wealthier people, like by definition have more money. Yeah. And the businesses and services in that area will make more money. And, let's see how long we can, squeeze this fucking, is it orange?
Whatever.
This almond?
Yeah. Squeeze the juice.
Get some milk out of it.
Almond nipples.
The almond milk.
Almond milk.
Yeah. So it's. I want to get to this, dude. Man,
I'm enjoying this conversation.
Good, dude. Holy shit! I'm glad, man.
This is a fun one.
You're an active participant, man. I don't mean that in a bad way. Yeah, I feel like you've been spouting some ideas, man.
I didn't expect it.
Yeah,
I came into this
man. You're
wicked depressed.
Well, you're just you could have fooled me, dude. Two things. One is I never thought about this, man. Philosophy, just by definition. Well, I guess what do you think of when you think of philosophy? Like,
Sam Harris.
Like what would be your definition of philosophy? What are they trying to achieve? A philosopher.
They're trying to achieve maybe spreading the good news.
I would say
the true gospel of like a more well-functioning world, right?
I think they do that through. I think that's the goal. I think the definition of what they're trying to do.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. To achieve that goal.
Special boy.
No, man, you're good. You're good. We got two brains on here. We got four hemispheres. I'll use my two. They're trying to achieve another way to think about something. They're reanalyzing a problem, or they're analyzing it for the first time, a problem, a solution.
Yeah.
And the way they're doing it. And I agree, like they're trying to get to the end goals of like making things better, figuring out how things work. They do it by asking questions, and not just by asking questions, but figuring out
Try to answer them, right?
Negatory. They're trying to figure out what questions to ask. The answers come in through scientific disciplines. So they say, for whatever issue, these are the questions that we think are important. And then that question, it gets more and more whittled down and more specific, and then the scientists run with it and try to answer it. Scientists are all about answers. Philosophers it's all about the questions, dog.
Okay. Well, I could be a philosopher.
Exactly.
I ask questions. But I don't know. I feel like I could come up with some answers.
Well, answers are. I want to understand a lot of the answers more. That's why I want to get a PhD in something, in a scientific discipline.
Right.
But I had never. I'm stealing this from Dan Dennett. I don't reference him as much as Sam, but he's the bearded philosopher. He looks like a philosopher, not like a handsome Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
That knows jujitsu.
This looks like a Nostradamus.
Yeah. But yeah, if you haven't heard, I've probably sent you Dan Dennett stuff. He's one of the 4 horsemen. So there's Christopher Hitchens, Richard Dawkins, Dan Dennett, and Sam Harris.
Okay.
If you haven't listened to that podcast, it's a YouTube video. I would start it immediately once you leave my house. It is a beautiful conversation with 4 literal geniuses that I think you would enjoy. But Dan Dennett talked about philosophy in that way, and I thought it was beautiful, man. It's not about the answers in philosophy. It's about questions, and I know you're getting sweepy. But,
but this is a good one, so I don't give a fuck.
I guess I'll give you 2 more things. I think I've already said that, but this is a continuation of Dan's thing. He also made it a point, like, when you think something in your brain, like when you're talking to yourself, when you're doing something, when you're like, I'm going to grab this cup, or I forgot, my laundry's on. I need to go start it, or I'm not going to have sheets in about 10 minutes to sleep on, which is actually true because we've been talking. Mm-hmm. But who the fuck am I talking to? Or like, it's really, it's more obvious when I'm like, I'm thirsty, reach for the glass sort of thing. Or just when you're having a conversation with yourself about something. Like, I have a mint in my pocket. Do I want to eat this mint now, or do I want to eat this mint later? Like, it's why? Who are you asking the question?
You.
But what? Why do you?
Why are you doing that?
Why
does it got to be external? Like, why do you need to say it?
Well, no, you're not saying it. I'm saying you're thinking it. But why? I think I'm failing to explain this properly. But what part of you is asking another? You're really asking another part of you for an answer.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll answer it. You'll be like, oh, well, you'll ask the question, do I want the mint now? No, I just drank coffee. Like, you're corresponding with yourself.
Yeah.
The interesting part is Dan Dennett's point was, we are not as unified as we think we are. Like, it's not just a you. Like, there's not just one thing, and this goes into like the illusion of the self. Like, I don't know if you've heard Sam Harris talk about that. There's really no you. It's just the thoughts that you identify with the most, and you repeat to others, and you're like, oh, well, that's me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Dennett's point is like, the reason that you're having that dialogue in your brain with you, and like some of it's like, you may already know the answer, but you're still doing the back and forth. Like, sometimes it's not necessary. Like, oh, there's a pin there. I'm going to grab the pin. Well, you could, if there's a pin there, then you see it. Why are you having to, do that back and forth in your mind? His point is just that, the self is much more, it's much less unified. It's more like pieces of you that contribute to what you think you is. I don't know, and how you think about the world. I thought it was an interesting thought. I don't know how much to say on it, but
it's got my brain moving. Probably nothing good.
All right,
but
be careful now.
Yeah, all right, I'm really trying to piece this together in my head. The thought.
Let's do it in real time.
It's tough, man. It's kind of blurry right now. It's like a computer, and shit has to communicate.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad way to think about it.
It's fuck.
No, the brain and the computer analogy is probably not that far off, man. A computer's not just one thing. It's a bunch of fucking... I mean, our brain is not just one part, which we know that, though. But for the part that thinks it's us, that is not even one thing, really.
Right.
Or else we wouldn't be asking ourselves fucking questions that we answer, or that other parts of us think. That was like me having the dialogue when I was getting called out for possibly misdiagnosing scabies.
Right.
Where I was like, "You're an idiot." No, you're not.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
It's you using what you've got up there.
Well,
it's like you're going through files. You're like, I'm a piece of shit. Hold on, let me check that.
Yeah, let me reference this.
Turns out I'm not a piece of shit.
And I actually did that. I'm like, well, I haven't killed anyone out here.
Yeah.
And even if I give them this medication, what the fuck ever.
Yeah, it's your processing speed.
Right. So I really was
you are a computer. We're just slow computers.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe that's what Dan was saying.
No, that's what Matt's saying.
Oh, okay. Let's you want to end on this? This is kind of a short one. This is called oh wow. Oh, yeah. This is interesting. I've heard Sam say this. I didn't know it had a name. It's called Russell's 5-minute hypothesis. I think this would be a good place to end. This is the statement. There is no logical impossibility in the hypothesis that the world sprang into being 5 minutes ago, exactly as it then was, with a population that remembered a wholly unreal past.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with the statement? Is any knowledge possible? Can our sense experiences and memories be trusted to find truth? So
fascinating.
So could we have just sprung into existence 5 minutes ago with all the memories that we currently have? Yes. Yeah, it's...
I mean, if you believe in the possibility of a simulation theory, of the simulation theory,
right,
then, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The problem is I don't have a good explanation for why it... I have... My intuition is... The answer to the question is like...
it's not impossible?
It's not impossible.
Yeah.
My intuition is it's unlikely, but I don't have the tools of language to explain why.
Well,
why it's not.
Well, it makes sense that I could believe that I'm the only conscious person and you only exist as a part of my experience.
Yeah.
But I know that you're existing in your noggin too.
Yeah.
You're looking at me and I'm looking at you.
Well, you feel... I think we have that sense. It's like what's the chances that everyone else that's reporting that they have a similar experience to you is just, just a part of your mind and they're not actually present in the real world? I don't know. Plus, we can physically affect you. I don't know, but
yeah, but you could just be a part of my experience.
Yeah, it's
as real as you are, and everything else in the world. I could be the only conscious thing. This could all be a projection.
Yeah.
What's behind me may not even exist if I'm not looking at it.
Is that deduction? Is that like you're deducing from others' experiences that likely, they're having internal experiences too. If I am, and we look similar, we're both in the same grade 8 family.
Yeah, you do some pretty good thinking.
Yeah.
I think there's probably something actually going on there.
It's that's interesting.
But it's not impossible.
Right.
Because I don't know.
No, I do know. I'll tell you this. This is my answer to this hypothesis. I think I can use Occam's razor here. I could say what is more likely that, a universe pops up every 5 minutes something pops into existence and it's imprinted with the memories of a lifetime within 5 minutes. Did I say that right? I don't know. To me, it seems less likely that a universe springs into existence 5 minutes ago, because then you have to explain how the memories get there, and it's just, we have a pretty good explanation of maybe not exactly how life began, maybe not exactly how. Well, let me rephrase that. Well, yeah, we don't know exactly how life began. We don't know what happened before the Big Bang. We do know, how the universe began.
There was a universe before the Big Bang.
Yeah, very possible.
I think so. I think there will be another one. I feel like there's infinite Big Bangs, everywhere. I feel like what we were talking about earlier with the sun's velocity and shit being drawn toward the black hole. I feel like that's just the closest one to us. And once there's enough shit packed into it, it's gonna happen again.
Well, let me blow your mind.
And it's probably happened
Can I
infinite times.
Blow your mind?
Yes.
Let me blow your mind.
Blow it.
Oh, we're gonna blow some eardrums.
You were bussing in the last one. Bussing.
No, man. So Lawrence Krauss has this idea, and I think it's pretty compelling. So, you've heard the term universe, I know, and you've heard the term observable universe.
Yeah.
Okay. Likely, you with me?
Yes, sir.
The universe that we can observe, what if at the boundaries of the universe that we can observe, what if at the boundaries of that universe, I don't want to sound condescending, man, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, dude.
Towards you, I'm not talking about towards the audience. I'm not your father. You can do what you want to do. I wasn't trying to. I hope that didn't come off that way. But no. So if you have the observable universe on the outskirts of it, I felt like a teacher or something. But I don't need to.
Do I have you?
Yeah.
Do I have your attention? All right.
Are you done yet? Yeah.
The boundary of the observable universe.
What if, and we can't prove this, but past the area that we can observe, there's just new Big Bangs happening all around in every direction forever and ever.
See, that's what I believe is going on out there.
It's a very interesting thought. It's just we can't prove it yet, but it's. I will say this, man. It's
seems
not
so fucking likely.
It's not just a thought. It's plausible. That's the only thing we can say about it now. It's plausible. That is an actual scientific question that you can say. That's something that you could deduce from, we had our explosion and we can't see past this boundary. Mm-hmm. What if this is just happening infinitely? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's how all this new shit keeps happening.
What do you mean?
We get all this matter packed into one, pinhead or whatever, and then we have a new Big Bang, and it blasts everything out in every direction, and there's shit from way out there blasting out this direction. It meets, and you make new fucking there's new shit being made in the collider that is fucking space.
The problem is, though, we don't interact with any, like, that's why we can't test it right now, because we're not, like, that shit's happening within our own galaxy. Shit's, exploding, stars exploding, like, shit like that's, galaxies, or literally galaxies collide, but we don't interfere with the stuff of things that we can't, that aren't in the observable universe.
Yeah. But over infinity, it's happening, man. It's cool.
It can't, I don't know how to explain it. All our universe is what we can observe. Like, there's some thoughts that maybe we could detect the gravitational force from other universes, but we don't even know how to do that. Like, it's all, it's very hypothetical. But, does that sound like a dick, dude?
No.
Oh, okay. I felt like one.
No.
But,
no, dude, that's as scientific as I get. I just think about how I think shit must work.
Well, no, man. It's just...
it excites me.
No, it's interesting, man. It's a big universe out there, dude. I don't know. That sounds cliche, but
yeah.
I just sometimes, I've talked about this before too, but I don't know. Sometimes I just have happened to heard of people talk about these things before. That's the only thing I know how to reference, because I haven't actually made these discoveries. But yeah, don't let me. Yeah, I don't want you to feel like I'm stifling your mind, man, or your creativity.
What did what do you think your stifling?
No, I feel I wasn't trying to like crush your dreams when I don't buy into your idea. I don't want it to feel dickish.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Like I don't even know what you disagreed with.
Oh, okay. Well, no, yeah. Well, that's fine.
Because it's just ideas.
Okay. I think I'm reading too much into it. But I don't know, man. I think we talked about some interesting stuff. There's others on here. I don't want to end on religion, or else we're gonna make Trey right. But we probably already talked about it. We definitely hit the politics pretty hard. And we went through a thought experiment. I'm going to throw a couple of these in every episode, man.
This has been a good one. This has been a good one, man.
I think so, dude. I'll be excited. Jesus Christ, we've been on this for over 2 hours. So
yeah.
I'm going to go turn my dryer on, man, and get a few hours of sleep, dude. You got to work tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
Nothing in here.
I got water.
Oh, you do? Oh, I had a little bit left. All right, my friend. I'm wrap it up, man.
All righty.
Like a tuna wrap.
We'll see you fellers and ladies next time. And other.
OA for life.
OA for life. We love you.